you're gonna continue doing this. It's gonna continue happening like this. But that's just like anything. If you go to a concert, if you go to church, if you go to the grocery store, either way it goes, bro, you can't control it. So shit gonna happen, bro. You just always gotta goddamn be alert.
Mike Chacho, King God, what it is.
I don't even know, bruh. This I don't even know, bruh. This I don't even know, bruh. This I don't even know, bruh.
I don't even know, bruh. Yeah, y'all know what time it is. Time for us to crank up, time to tune in. It's Mike Chacho.
One. So what's good? Where you tuning into the I Don't Even Know Bro podcast with your host King Guy and the host Mike Chacho. What up, Mike? Joe.
What's good, bruh? How you doing?
Man, lovely, man. Blessed, man. What you know, bro?
I don't even know, bruh. I don't even
know, bruh. I don't even know, bruh. Hey, but I do know one thing, man. Is it's an ongoing cycle with these school shootings. No matter where you at, this one right here kind of hit close to home. Since I stay in Georgia, and it's like 45 minutes away from where I'm at. So and it could have been any school, man. So first of all, I want to say many blessings to the families that lost loved ones and that was injured in that school shooting. This happened in Appalachian High School in Wynne, Georgia. Yeah, Appalachian High School. It was just senseless like always. I never understood the whole point of shooting up a school or what you're getting out of that. Even though they start and say it's mental issues, which is it can very be, and also being bullied or because he was gay. It's a lot of it's a lot of news going around, man. Who knows what is what, man? But again, it was very senseless. It doesn't make any sense. We don't know how to even allow our kids to go to public school thinking it's safe when stuff like this can happen. It's 2024. School shootings been going on forever, and I just don't understand why we, as a whole, as a country, doesn't have something in place that will stop this. It doesn't make any sense how somebody can come in school with an AR-15. Period. I'm very confused when it comes to something that big that nobody don't see you at all. Like it just, I mean, I don't know. I mean, even if you had a trench coat on or whatever, that's still kind of like, why you walking around in the summertime with a trench coat is beyond me also. But I just never understood why all the schools don't have metal detectors. All the schools don't have enough officers that's there at all times. I just never understood that. I just thought, they'll have something in plan that at least prevent this from happening.
I mean, they a lot of it is political, a lot of people don't want, armed security at school or metal detectors or kids getting patted down because it gives them the sense of maybe they, treat them like they're being inmates or like prisoners or something like that. But
everything else based like prison.
Well, no. I mean, I agree with you. Like, I think it should like security should go up. Especially as a father. You know what I'm saying? I want them to. I want every book bag check. But the thing about it is, a lot of it is political. A lot of people don't want their kids to go to a school and feel like an inmate. You know what I'm saying? And some people want their kids to go to school and feel secured that we know the local police there. We know they got security on the entrance and exits. You know what I'm saying? But I'm an advocate for giving some veterans, some ex law enforcement or military veterans, or just people with certifications get paid, make it a federal job, and put people at these schools. I mean, that ain't hard, and you giving people jobs. It baffles me about bringing the whole AR or a shotgun or something to school, like a rifle. Period. It's like nobody seen him coming. Nobody, and I understand.
Nobody, bro. That's the part
But
we
at the same time, you're not thinking about stuff like that. You understand what I mean? But I think that the city or the state or the feds need to put that in some kind of budget where we're gonna have full-time security at these schools. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of schools have resource officers, but that's like one or two people walking around, shaking hands and being nice and trying to be cordial, but at the same time, they got a lot of distractions. One person, and sometimes these high schools is like college campuses. You know what I'm saying?
But
So
what I can but nah, I mean, yeah, it's huge, but what I can say is that being in the district I'm in or been that I worked in before is that they have officers, armed officers walking around, but it's mostly black schools. See what I'm saying?
that's another thing. Yeah. Go
Whenever
ahead.
you don't hear when the last time you really heard of a mostly black school being shot up?
It's very rare that you hear anything about a mass shooting.
Right.
I mean, it happens, but
Yeah,
they don't
it
really
happens.
they don't report a lot of it because it doesn't matter to it's not a very important thing because it happens a lot in our society, so-called a lot in our society. So it ain't as important as it is when you got a bigger demographic of white students or a school that has more money or in a better so-called better community or whatever the case may be with higher property taxes. You know what I'm saying? So those are always get looked at. Not saying it's all kind of people go to public schools, period. You know what I'm saying? But the focus on like metal detectors and stuff like that is a lot of the so-called black schools, like especially like inner cities type schools. You know what I'm saying? Um, me personally, I just think that the security can be beefed up. If you don't want your kid to go to a school that's beefed up with security, take them to a school that don't believe in that. I mean, everybody have a choice.
Right.
And that's what it should be. Just like more and more people going to homeschooling their kids instead of sending them to a school, if they can afford it, because I mean that's a whole nother way of not putting them in danger. Also, they might lack in some things and other things they won't. Just like any situation. So I don't know. I don't know what the real answer would be other than putting more armed security, certified security around. They don't have to just be officers. They can be like a security firm. um, you know, but it's sad, man. It's sad. And it's always in the back of my mind every single day when my kids go to school. Always in the back of my mind. Like hopefully somebody ain't too damn emotional where they can't control their emotions and throw away their life and throw away some other people's lives. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of these kids, man, they just emotional. I'm not gonna downplay it and say they weak and people go through stuff and
Yeah.
and it's more and more easy to get a gun, whether it's getting it from a family member that's you have a gun in your house, or a kid can just get a gun. Like these days, it's easy to get a gun from anywhere. You know what I'm saying? We all know that. So it ain't always on the parent. Now, if it's the parent's gun, yeah, it's parent's fault. But at the same time, you don't know what your child going through. Um,
Yeah.
unless you ask, or see what's going on, be involved in their life. Um, I mean, I personally, I don't know why this young man did what he did. From what I heard, he was new to the school, like he didn't even know nobody. So it was something that he was already dealing with. And they already had him, they already kind of processed Buddy like last year or something when he was 13, because he already had did something to, said some stuff on some sites or whatever. So my immediate thing should have been he should have got some help then. He ain't got to be locked up or nothing like that, but he should have got some help. I feel like anytime you hear a kid voice something very extreme, especially at an early age, I think you need to just go ahead and get them some kind of help. I ain't saying just jump up there and give them no medicine and do all that other stuff, but get them some kind of help, and that should be free. You know what I'm saying? Like, why we gotta pay all this money in insurance so my kid won't be a psychopath when he grow up? You know what I'm saying? That should be something free that we want to do for humanity, is like help the next generation and the generation that's here and the generation before us. But we don't, how can I say this? We don't invest in our mental health system, period. You know, we've been working mental health since we was in high school or whatever the case may be. And then, you know, I went and did it full time at the prison, you know what I'm saying? So back when I was doing that. So I just know it's like we focus more about locking people up than giving them help. And that's the biggest downfall with the system. And that trickles all the way down to the kids in the school. Like, you know, you might have 1 or 2 counselors to like 1,500 students. You know what I'm saying? Like, some students need a little bit more help than other students. You know what I'm saying? Like, I found out about 504 plans where, you know, you can get kids, you know, if they're a little slower at little stuff, not saying they slow as far as like grades and nothing, they just at their own pace. They're not, or they don't socialize as well, or sometimes need a break because they have anxiety. They have a 504 plan in place where you can sign your kid up and it won't hinder your kid. That's basically telling all the teachers, and it's on record, that your kid might, you know, just have a little bit of a timing issue or anxiety and stuff like that. I mean, you know, parents got to be live on it too. You know what I'm saying? And I had to learn that over time with my kids.
Yeah,
But
I mean, but it's like you said, it starts with the parents, start with the household too, man.
yeah, for the most part, I mean, there's some good parents and some kids just turn out to be assholes too.
Yeah, I mean, shit, you never know what somebody's thinking about anyways, bro. I mean, I don't care how much raising you doing or how much therapy you doing. I mean, after a while, somebody snap, they just snap. At the end of the day, bro, you can't. I don't care how much money you spending on therapy, or how many counselors they got in school, and none of that. I mean, it's always going to be outnumbered anyways. It's always going to be
Yeah.
what students than any type of resources that they have. You can't be one on one with every student.
Yeah.
And then, you know, the school system not paying that much for people to even come out to do all that. You know, if they would really invest some money into that, do that, man. But again, man, I don't mind the metal detectors in every school. I don't mind putting an officer or somebody that's trained to be able to prevent this from happening. But again, you know, even if you put 2 or 3 of them in there, bro, that's still outnumbered the students that they have in the school, and you never know what somebody's thinking about. And again, you know, like you said, the mental health thing with people being bullied or feeling alone or just going through that, man. It just happens, bro. It just happens, man. You just can't control it. That's just in the workplace. That's just at school. That's just anywhere in society, bro. It's human, man-made human mindset that's going on right now. That, you know, hey, it's a lot of stress out here, bro. The way the world is going, man. So you know, between just your everyday life and social media and everything like that, bro, you just never know what's going on out here, man. But
there's a lot of kids out here that's especially kids that's disconnected from being social with their peers. You know what I'm saying? They don't know how to interact. They don't know how to talk it out. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them don't know how to talk it out. A lot of them don't know how to do nothing but act out through emotion because that's what they're used to. You know, you take a tablet from a kid, you damn near felt like, you know, you done killed them. You know what I'm saying? Some of these kids, you take their phones or their tablets away or whatever. So, you know, I used to be afraid of a whooping. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like kids don't even care about a whooping. They, you know, if you take something from them, it's over with. They wilding, you know, for the most part, or they, you know, they depressed. So I mean, it's a different generation. We gotta handle our kids a little bit different, whether it's a neighbor or it's your own kids or whatever. But I don't know how the only way they could have prevented this particular one that happened in what's the place called? Alpharetta? Not Alpharetta. Appalachia.
Appalachia High School. You talking about high school?
Yeah.
It was in Weiner, Georgia.
They could have had, you know, yeah, they could have, you know, they could have tried to nip it in the bud and you know, when he was 13. They could have tried to nip it. His dad
So,
could.
but again though, bro, they gotta have programs in place for that.
No.
And so it's kind of like, what can you do? Monitor your kid? I think you should monitor him. But then again, it's like, how much monitoring can you do off of one student? You know, when you got another 1,500 in the school or another 500 in the school. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of hard to be like, okay, yeah, he did say something about a threat, but they couldn't really prove it about shooting the school up. And now all of a sudden, a year later,
No. And no, you're right. You totally right. But what I'm saying is,
it's really uncontrollable, bro.
it's uncontrollable. It ain't no answer to it. Ain't no definite. It's not gonna ever happen again type things. You know, the only way they can stop that is, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? They gotta have it locked down, like basically like a prison. You come in getting checked, you go out getting checked, kind of sort of.
Right, but it can only be controlled inside the school though. Because once you get in that parking lot, it can be a
But
whole other world.
it's
too.
the same. But the if it's the same way as the prison system, that, you know, nobody want that, you know. But if it's the same way, if you do bring it to the parking lot, that's probably the only place you can be able to use it, because once you get to a certain point, you ain't gonna be able to bring it in there, because, you know, you behind locked doors and all this other stuff, and you got to be checked. That's all I'm saying is that if you had certain points of entry where no matter what, you can't get in for the most part unless you John Wick, then, you know, they can fortify the school like that. But the whole thing is, do you really want your kids to live in that kind of experience? I mean, I don't know, man. I
Nah,
don't know.
bro. I mean,
I don't even know, bro. For
I don't
real.
even know, bro. Yeah, shit. Damn if you do, damn if you don't. But no, you're gonna continue doing this. You know, it gonna continue happening like this. But that's just like anything. If you go to a concert, if you go to church, if you go to the grocery store, either way it goes, bro, you can't control it. So shit gonna happen, bro. You just always gotta goddamn be alert. You know, like I said, it's sad that you gotta send your kids to school and then they'll never come back home. You know, because
I always look at it like, don't never look for it, but be ready for it. You know what I'm saying? Don't never look for it. Like, you know, our saying always been, we don't start nothing, but we'll finish it. You know what I'm saying? So, but I just don't believe in now. I don't believe in leaving the house without potentially something might happen, and I have to be in the mindset of, I have to get me and my family safe, or I have to get myself safe if I'm by myself, or whatever the case. I gotta look for certain things. That's just the world we live in now. You know what I'm saying? And that's whether I go to the gas station, whether I go through a fast food line, whatever the case may be. You never know who in that parking lot lurking. You never know who on that bus lurking. If you take the bus or whatever the case may be, people, you know, people going crazy, crazier to me the older I get. But I ain't trying to have like a police, like martial law type stuff where everything is like controlled. But when it comes to our kids,
I don't think it'll ever be like that, bro. I'm gonna be honest.
it depends. You never know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know if it ever will be that. It's a lot of things that I thought I would never see, and I see it. You know,
Yeah,
so we don't know it. But like I said, if you vote and say, if they come up with something and say, if you want your kids to go to a school that's pretty much encapsulated like a prison, then you go to these schools. If you don't care about all that security or whatever, and it's a potential anything can happen, because anything can happen in both places. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, like, if it's not comparing school to a prison system, but they bring knives. You can sharpen pen, like, it's like the prison mindset too. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if I can't hurt you like this, I can hurt you other ways. I mean, hell, we look at Europe or UK or whatever. They don't really have guns like that. They be stabbing the hell out of each other. So, that's a whole nother weapon too. So you're never gonna get away from violence, I feel. Because you got individuals that's living different than other individuals mentally, physically, and everything else. I just think that you can try to buffer it as best you can with, you know, certified people, you know, and that's giving people the job. That's building up an economy too. But, you know, the government, the state, the local, everybody got to be on board with making sure these people, also with teachers should be getting paid big time to me, you know what I'm saying? Because first of all, they doing a job that a lot of people don't want to do, and that's dealing with other people's kids. And then it's a dangerous job, you know, it's just as dangerous as any other type of job that you dealing with, you know, whether you a bank tailor, you you know, a resource officer, you dealing with the same kind of pressures as you know, people in high intensity jobs deal with, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I just feel like it ain't no real answer to it, man. It's just
No, it really ain't, bro.
you either gonna lock it down or you ain't.
Yeah, and either way it goes, bro, you know, he cannot prevent this from happening in or out of school. Sometimes you just, like I said, bro, you just never know, bro. Either way it goes, you just never know, man. But hey, all blessings and to the families that lost their loved ones during that time at Appalachia High School. And hey, I hope that the shooter, him, his dad, or whoever was responsible for this, get what they get, man. So, because I see they charge their father too. So,
Yeah.
man, shit happens, man. But hey, I don't even know, bro. But any last word, Mike?
If you see something, say something.
If you see something, say something. That's the most important thing, man. And hopefully they can solve something from there, man. But they definitely be dropping the ball even if you see something, say something. So either way it goes, man. But hey, once again, man, we definitely appreciate y'all for tuning into the I Don't Even Know, Bro podcast with your host King God. You know, host Mike Chacho. What up, Mike Chacho?
I don't even know, bruh.
I don't even know, bro. One.
Mike Chacho, King God, what it is.
I don't even know, bruh. This I don't even know, bruh. This I don't even know, bruh. This I don't even know, bruh.
I don't even know, bruh. Yeah, y'all know what time it is. Time for us to crank up.